Good afternoon and welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Olajumoke Olatuji. The Nigerian Army authorities say several Boko Haram terrorists have been surrendering to troops at the front line, and many more are indicating interest to surrender. Army spokesman Colonel Sani Usman said in a statement that new operational strategies, including sustained offensive, preemptive airstrikes and sealing of routes by ground troops, are yielding positive results. He maintained that many of the terrorists that willingly surrendered have been painting images of mass panic in Boko Haram camps in the aftermath of relentless efforts by troops and renewed vigor in operations inspired by the personal leadership of the Chief of Army Staff. Colonel Usman said that the Army, in conjunction with the Nigerian Air Force and other security agencies, will continue to devise and implement effective strategies to bring Boko Haram terrorism to a speedy end. President Muhammadu Buhari has warned military personnel to desist from human rights abuses or risk being sanctioned. The president gave the warning during the passing out parade of cadets from the Nigeria Defense Academy. He, however, heard nothing but praises for the armed forces for their zest towards ending insurgency in the country. Amina Nebi has more in this report presented from our studios.
Your commitment and loyalty to the armed forces and the nation must be total. You must try to live up to this demand and expectations required of you. I am aware that you are trained in the Nigerian Defense Academy has sufficiently prepared you to key into and become the main drivers of artificial change, which remains a cardinal principle of the Nigerian Armed Forces development process. I therefore urge you to take your roles in the ongoing process of rebuilding our armed forces very seriously. The federal government is pleased with the armed forces' resolve to end the insurgency facing the country today once and for all. We are determined to honor our obligation to support the speedy provision of platforms and equipment within available resources to achieve both the objective and long-term needs of the armed forces.
In a bid to inspire a new crop of visionary elites in the country, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has called on Nigerian leaders to aspire to win the people's hearts rather than enrich themselves to state resources. The Vice President stated on Saturday at the opening of Northern Reawakening Forum Summit at the Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Osinbajo recalled Nigerian founding fathers in the north such as Sir Ahmadu Bello, Sadona of Sokoto, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Malam Aminu Kano, J.S. Tucker, and countless others who clearly understood the varied issues afflicting the region, thought through them, laid the plans, and worked selflessly. He commended the present crop of Nigerian leadership to such selflessness and vision. He also stated the need for short-term strategy of immediate hardship alleviation, as well as a long-term plan to build the infrastructure that most closely affects the economic life of the most vulnerable citizens. Besides, there is also the need to build institutions that would make more of an impact in the years to come and beyond. The Coalition Against Corrupt Leaders has condemned the position of governors of the ruling All Progressives Congress for rejecting public declaration of their assets as President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo have done. The Executive Chairman, Kako Debo Adeniro, in a statement reacting to the statement credited to the governors, dismissed the excuse, saying it was a known fact the public assets declaration, a standard practice in the developed world, increases transparency and the trust of citizens in their elected representatives. He stated that as a matter of fact, politicians and publicly exposed persons who disclosed information about their assets showed that they had nothing to hide. According to the Kakao boss, assets declaration is one of the many tools that can help curb the pervasive corruption ravaging the country. The All Progressives Grand Alliance has named Umar Goodman as its governorship candidate in November 21 election in Kogi State. Afghan National Chairman Victor Oyes said this shortly after the candidate picked his nomination forms and was endorsed at the party's secretariat in Abuja. He insisted that the party's choice is the man to beat by the leading candidate, whom he described in glowing terms.
We have chosen him from the multitude of aspirants as the best we can offer to the people of Kogi State. Our activities in Kogi of recent show that we are ready to win that state. On November 21, we're going to win the governorship election. While PDP is hemorrhaging, APC is asphyxiating. ABGA is the only party with a clean bill of health in Kogi State today. It's the only viable alternative for the people of Kogi State.
We ABGA are out to save a people. The place called Kogi is as rotten as that of an egg, which is of no value to anybody. The next thing you have from it is to emit stains. Everywhere we polluted. They have polluted Kogi, crooks and criminals in the other political parties. You can't tell me that you will screen 30 people and 30 people survive will screen through the screening even when they are not meant to screen through.
Consumer Protection Council has summoned 3 top executives of VIP Express Tourism Limited to answer to allegations of gross abuse of the rights of its customers. Those summoned include the Chief Executive Officer, Samuel Owosheni, and Isaac Omagbemi. They were expected to appear before the Council on Monday, September 14. The trial will, according to a statement issued by the Council, testify, make depositions, and give evidence in relation to allegations of reneging on terms of subscription agreements to its hospitality packages with customers. Other complaints include exerting undue influence on subscribers, as well as taking undue advantage of them by misleading them with misinterpretation of facts. Immediate past Governor of Lagos State, Bola Fashola, draws the attention of members of the public to the antics of hackers who compromised his Twitter account at Tunde Fashola and posted 4 tweets in a language that resembled Japanese. Former Governor Fashola's special advisor in media, Hakim Bello, said the act might have been carried on Friday, owing to the calls gotten in the early hours of Saturday and strange tweets. Bello added that the former governor recently dissociated himself from a Facebook scam whereby some persons used his photographs in a scrapped fictitious statement to him on fake Facebook accounts aimed at the fraud on his principal person. He stressed that the call became necessary for the opting time in view of the activities of scammers who have been issuing out series of Facebook comments and information in his name with the intention of duping unsuspecting members of the public, while advising the members of the public to always clarify with appropriate agencies of government at all levels before engaging in any dealings with people purportedly working for them. The media advisor to the former governor of Lagos State urged citizens to report to the law enforcement agencies so that those involved in the nefarious act would be made to face the wrath of the law. This is still CoreTV News at 4. We'll take a break now. I'll be back on our stories. Please stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. They don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I say to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have the right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say. I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it's time to forgive me.
Political Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Welcome back. For more on the news and other programs, please visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can follow us on Twitter at CoreTV News NG. Also visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/CoreTV_news. Vanguard columnist Enugu State, who was kidnapped about 2 weeks ago, has regained her freedom. Enugu State was kidnapped on August 30th at her Igbogu residence in a CRV jeep. An outcry followed her abduction, with local and foreign media calling for her release, just as the Rivers State government and the police authorities assured she will regain her freedom. Kugbara was set free midnight after spending 13 days in captivity. The reward for hard work and can-do spirit finally played out as the Group Managing Director of Core Media Services and CoreTV News, Olajide Adediro, received 2 awards far away Toronto, Canada, in recognition of his giant strides in the media industry. CoreTV News, Adeyemi Aziz has more in this report presented from our studios.
Group Managing Director of Core Media Services and CoreTV News, Jide Adediro, has received 2 awards for excellence in media industry from Toronto, Canada. The first award was given by Abidak Production in recognition of Core Media giant strides in the media industry, while the second award was presented by the African Entertainment Awards.
When I wanted to start my TV station, I called a friend. I said, my friend, I want to get a license to start a TV station. He said to me, Jide, forget it. The government of Nigeria will not give you that license. Today, that friend is running a show on my TV station. That is the spirit. The can-do spirit, the can-do ability of we Africans knows no bound. And that is why we are what we are. We're not in any way. I want to disagree with a lot of people here. We don't need their help. They come to our country to fetch their wealth.
Adediro, the awardee, stated that he and his team will continually gun for success and outshine its present achievement.
We are coming up. We are taking over. And we will do better. And everybody will come back home and excel. Thank you very much indeed for this. I appreciate everybody.
Core Media Services has received awards home and abroad for its achievements in media industry.
The Plateau State Governor, Serena, has appointed 12 new permanent secretaries into the Plateau State Civil Service. Our Plateau State correspondent files on this report as presented from our studios.
After laying off 7 permanent secretaries and demoting 17 others, the Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong has appointed 12 new permanent secretaries into the Plateau State Civil Service. The governor corrected the assertion of being slow in constituting his cabinet, stating that he's taken a cue from President Buhari so as to place round pegs in round holes.
Your portfolios and responsibilities. Let me reiterate that our underlying philosophical approach to development is people-oriented and people-centered. This implies that our policies, being a deliberate course of action to achieve set goals for the common good of the people, cannot be handled with impunity. Their performance in the short, medium, and long terms will be measured through laid-down timelines for our 5-point agenda, which you should acquaint yourself with. On this note, I congratulate and welcome the new permanent secretaries into their new responsibilities and look forward to their valued contribution to the rescue project. Time is of essence. You therefore must be alert to critically think out solutions on how to implement the rescue mandate to meet up the expectations of the people of Plateau.
While speaking on behalf of the newly appointed permanent secretaries, Stephen Gardner called on the team supporters of the administration to continue to pray for them to succeed in order to ensure that every decision taken is people-centered.
Pressure. We don't intend to disappoint anybody in this hall and in the state. Because your presence here, apart from being a solidarity, it is the desired pressure on us to do that which is right. And therefore, we fall back on you again for prayers. That with your prayers and with your physical advices, we will do that which is right for the benefit of the people of Plateau State. Mr. Governor, we thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Those who attended the swearing-in ceremony added their voice to the call for patience, stating that Governor Lalong will deliver on his mandate.
This governor is a man who places round pegs in round holes. You can see from what he has just done in today. He is somebody who doesn't work on assumptions, on rumor, on side talks. He goes directly to where the issue is really boiling, and he pins the thing down to the board, exactly as he said.
And in business, the Consumer Protection Council of Nigeria has launched an investigation into the high cost of electricity by distribution companies with a view to putting an end to high tariffs. At the meeting held in Abuja between the officials of the distribution companies and the CPC, the Director General of the Council, Djokovic, said there is an increase in complaints by electricity consumers in the last few months, bordering on indiscriminate increase in electricity bills, non-supply of meters, and mass disconnections. Atoke said the CPC would not hesitate to sanction distribution companies found guilty of the allegations brought against them. In a bid to improve medium-scale businesses and the economy of the state, Eket State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with an indigenous company for the supply of megawatts of alternative power source. This development was set to improve medium and small-scale business in the state as part of efforts to boost the economy. Our correspondent, Rashid, has details.
The epileptic power supply being experienced in different parts of the country has resulted to closure of many businesses, while those who are still in business run it at a very high cost. Recently, there has been improved power supply in some parts of the country, but this seems not to be the case in Eket State. It is on this premise that the state government signed a memorandum of understanding with an indigenous firm for the provision of an alternative power source to the tune of 1.15 megawatts within a period of 20 years. A representative of the state government described the partnership as timely.
We want to plead with you that you complete this project in record time. We are happy that you are giving us a 20-year period of initial commitment. We are excited about it.
The technical director of the project, Tassos Zazali, appreciates the state government's gesture towards ensuring an enabling environment for the project in Eket State.
The 1 megawatt will be powered the Benin distribution company net, and all the people that need near this area the power, they will get it.
The state is given 15,000 square meters of land here.
1 megawatt of the generated power will be used for public consumption, while 150 kilowatts will be dedicated to the state's broadcasting station. With the latest development, Ekiti residents eagerly await a new dawn and an end to persistent darkness. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
You're still watching CoreTV News at 4. We'll take another break now of back with stories from the world of sports and outside Nigeria. Please stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I said to hell
on Core Digest.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have the right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. And Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And outside Nigeria, the huge influx of migrants into southern Germany has continued unabated, with the Munich authorities now say 13,000 people arrived on Saturday. The city authorities, however, have again warned that they are at the limit when it comes to coping with the numbers. More than 4,000 people walked across the border with Serbia, the most so far in one day, just as the authorities in Hungary were completing preparations to seal the frontier. Europe as a whole is struggling to deal with an enormous influx of people, mostly from Syria, but also Afghanistan, Eritrea and other countries fleeing violence and poverty. Munich and Germany's southern states of Bavaria has been the main entry point for those entering the country in search of a better life, but the city says it is having difficulty finding accommodation for them. Now, Indian police are searching for the owner of a shop they say had illegally stored explosives that triggered a blast, killing 90 people. Most of those who died were at a neighboring restaurant in Palavad in the state of Madhya, Pradesh. Police earlier thought a faulty gas cylinder in this restaurant was to be blamed, but now say the blast was caused by illegally stored mining explosives. The restaurant was packed with workers and school children eating breakfast. Several dozen people were injured in the blast, but district police officials said the shopkeeper, named as Rajendra Kasada, had a license for explosives for digging wells, construction and mining. However, he had stored them in an unauthorized way in a residential area and was being sought on suspicion of culpable homicide. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has accepted Prime Minister Ibrahim Mahmoud's resignation of the cabinet. The president, who disclosed this today, asked the cabinet to remain in a caretaker role until a new cabinet is formed. The statement did not give an explanation for the move, but it came just days after the agriculture minister was arrested over corruption. A senior government official, however, told journalists that the reshuffle was intended to pump new blood into the government in light of the scandal. Veteran left-winger Germer Kabul has been elected leader of the UK's opposition Labour Party on Saturday after a contest that revealed deep divisions within the party's ranks. Corbyn, a socialist who ran on an anti-austerity platform, claimed victory in the first round of voting, taken 59.50. The votes cast by more than 500,000 eligible Labour Party members and supporters. The contest was triggered by the resignation of former Labour leader Ed Miliband in May, following the Conservative Party's surprise outright win in the general election. The hundreds of Tunisians today demonstrated against the controversial draft law on amnesty for corruption offences, defying a ban on protests on the state of emergency. The demonstrators, including supporters of the leftist Popular Front coalition, carried placards and chanting "No to reconciliation that whitewashes corruption." The draft law on economic reconciliation is a centerpiece of the new government's program and seeks to boost the economy by clearing cases against businessmen and civil servants accused of corruption. Opponents to the law, however, see it as an attempt to whitewash the crimes of the old regime and ignore an ongoing process of transitional justice through the Truth and Dignity Committee. And in sport, Flavia Pennata defeated fellow Italian Roberta Vinci to win her first Grand Slam title at the US Open and then dramatically announced her retirement from tennis. Pennata, the 26th seed, won 7-6, 7-4, 6-2 to become only the second Italian woman to win one of the tennis majors. Roger Federer served superbly once again as he beat Stan Wawrinka to set up a US Open final against Novak Djokovic. Second seed Federer beat his fellow Swiss 6-4, 6-3, 6-1 to reach the final without losing a set, and having dropped serve just twice. The 34-year-old goes on to face top seed Djokovic, who trashed defending champion Marin Cilic 6-0, 6-1, 6-2. It will be the first US Open final since 2009 for Federer. Djokovic, 28, has the opportunity to claim his 10th major title and third of the year. The Serb, having won the Australian Open and Wimbledon, just lost at the French Open final. Jose Mourinho insists there is no one better than him to lead Chelsea, despite the Champions' worst start to a top-flight season in 29 years. Former England striker Chris Hughton warns Chelsea were going backwards after their third defeat of the season. He says, and I quote, "This is the first time in his Chelsea career that he has been under real pressure." Hughton told Finest Call. Following a 3-1 defeat by Everton, Mourinho also said many people would be happy about his current predicament. "The results are the worst in my career," says Mourinho. "They're not adapted to my quality, my status, but I'm coping well with the situation. I am not feeling pressure. I am the man for the job. I don't think there is a better man who could come and do my job." Moving on, Lionel Messi celebrated the birth of his second son with a winning goal as Barcelona went top of La Liga with a 2-1 win at Atletico Madrid. Messi, who has not scored in back his first 2 league games, started on the bench after missing training on Friday to be with his new baby boy, Madhya. Atletico went ahead 6 minutes after the break when Fernando Torres rolled in a shot, but Neymar equalized. Messi then grabs the winner after being set up by Luis Suarez. It was the Argentina international's 287th La Liga goal for Barcelona, extending his lead as the competition's all-time top scorer.
L'égalisation splendide du Brésilien. Le Barça ne doute que quelques secondes et revient dans ce match 1-1. Coup franc sublime de Neymar.
And finally, Floyd Mayweather made it 49 straight wins with a wide-point victory over Andre Berto in Las Vegas. The challenger was game by his fellow American, defending his WBC and WBA welterweight titles was simply too difficult to hit at the MGM Grand. Mayweather, 38, was awarded the verdict 120 to 108, 118 to 110, and 117 to 111. Mayweather was adamant that it was his last fight, but having equaled Rocky Marciano's career record of 49, knew he might decide to have one more. The 5-weight champion thereafter took to Twitter to announce the end of his career. The fighter, who is regarded as the best of his generation, added that it is better when one knows when to hang up. There's nothing left to prove in the sport of boxing. Now, I just want to spend time with my family. I am leaving the sport with all my faculties. I'm still sharp and smart. I've accomplished everything in this sport. There's nothing else to accomplish. Nigerian movie industry popularly called Nollywood has grown to promote the qualities of actors and actresses, as well as enrich the African culture over the years through creative script writing, directing and producing. In their support, CoreTV takes a look at filmmaking in the 21st century, the challenges and opportunities that abound. Navy Ilabara has more.
Nollywood, fourth largest in the world after America's Hollywood and India's Bollywood, showcases bright brains who has made the Nigerian screen and stage a force to reckon with. The quality of films produced yearly attests to this. Challenges abound, however. Femi Odugbemi, an award-winning filmmaker, writer, and photographer, speak on the opportunities that abound in this growing industry. As one who writes, directs, documentaries, drama, and commercials, Odugbemi believes creativity has no bounds. Nollywood has given people an economic opportunity to express themselves and become self-employed.
Nollywood presents an incredible opportunity, not just for employment, but for contributing to Nigeria's economy in a big way. You have to think, first of all, of the primary economic opportunities, which is actually the employment that Nollywood provides for young people as creative people to express themselves, but not just to express themselves, but to make a living at storytelling. We have an incredible advantage in that the Nigerian audience wants to consume Nigerian stories, and because of that, Nollywood will continue to grow.
Government cannot ignore such a large, creative, and striving industry like Nollywood.
Well, I don't think it has much of a choice. The truth of the matter is there is great economic advantage in a film-making environment. I think it would be ill-advised for government to ignore. What I think is critical for this government to do is to go a step forward beyond what the last government has done. The last government has tried to invest money in the creation of content. The last government has tried to invest money in the training of people within the industry.
And also, government should assist Nollywood in fighting piracy of films in Nigeria.
The fact that we have so much copyright infringement, the fact that you still have people violating people's economic investment in such a flagrant way is really sad.
No doubt Nollywood has come to stay. While millions of Nigerians ask for more creativity from the industry, filmmakers will compete with their counterparts all over the world. In no distant future from now, Nigeria will be a society where filmmaking can strive better. Netu Elare, CoreTV News, Lagos.
With that, it's a wrap on CoreTV News at 4. Many thanks for watching. I am Elijah Wakil Latiji. Good afternoon.